love us is Roslynn back at you. One more body is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same. This is your first time talking about my channel. Much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the love and support. You know, we're all going through some intense changes, but it is truly, truly much needed that needed to take place. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light. Many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit this notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you are comfortable enough. Hey, are you leaving? All right. If you're comfortable enough, please, drop me a line or two. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your impact, the gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very uplifting, or give you good vibes or good information that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at that moment, and they needing spiritual guidance, or just confirmation or validation towards life path, or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share them. While you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated, and I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music I'm listening to in the background is called Black Hole Energy. Black Hole Aura Cleanse and Stress and Negative Energy. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is 2021 Heyokas, the agony of your untold story that is no longer a burden to you. It's just like we have all got a story to tell. You just, a lot of times when you hear the things that we have endured throughout our life, like, how is this even possible? Or it's a blessing that you're still alive, especially like with us. I mean, it's just like with us and being Heyokas, it's like you would think that we got like about 9 to 20 lives. Just because of all the things you have endured in life. Like, God, dog, really? And it's just like when I tell people my experiences, you would never know I went through that, just because I'm very comical. I'm always that type of person. Either, it just depends on how we connect that way. Because if it's like somebody that I know that's not about anything, but I allow myself to be very dry. Just very dry. How you doing? Good. Fine. Okay. See you later. Don't even get into a good conversation with them. But if it's somebody that I know, we all go through our moments where we have our highs, and then you actually have your lows. Not every day is a positive day, but not every day is a bad day. And it's just like our pain, our abuse, our neglect, our abandonment, has was that situation that got us on that path of spiritual awakening, kundalini, dark night of the soul, ascension. All those different things had to take place in our life for us to be able to know what our purpose is, what you're here for, what are you trying to do. It's just like you want to be able to save the world, but you didn't know how you were going to do it. I was like that. Growing up, I always say I always wanted to make people happy. I wanted everybody to love each other, no matter what color they are, where they're from, everybody is all connected in some kind of way, but then being able to know, all the things is like, like I said before, you've been with me for a while, I didn't know how this was going to go. I was just being guided. First, it was video diaries. First it was like going through the grief of, finding out everything. And then it was just like, I didn't really have nobody to talk to either. They didn't believe me, or I was being ignored, or I was just straight ghosted. I just didn't know. So I just always started talking towards my, making video diaries and stuff like that. And then it was like, universe was like, okay, well, since you're getting comfortable with making video diaries, why don't you take it to YouTube? I'm like, wait a minute, you what? It's like, you what? I was like, I watched that. I didn't know I was going to be that. But just being able to know the outcome of the things that I say, because there's a lot of times, and it's just like, I'll put out something and you totally need to hear that today. Or I could be in my feelings about some changes that are taking place in my life, and I will get that response that I need to hear that day. So it's just like, I always tell y'all I love y'all. I might not even know you yet, and I still say I love y'all, because it's just like you needed that person to help you understand yourself, or you need to know you were not alone on that mission. It's like, okay, your burdens, your pain, your neglect, your abuse, all those things got you on this path right here, right now. You're discovering more things about yourself, because it's like, I get the most response, you know, uh, the most response in the world, like Roslynn, it feels so good to know I'm not alone on this. There's other people that can relate to, you know, um, to the things that I went through. I'm sorry. One of my, one of my so family starting to send me stuff, and I'm trying not to laugh at her. Oh my God! I'm not even paying attention to you right now. She distract me a little bit, but all those things got us on this path. You're trying to find out yourself. All these things that's happened to you. A lot of things are starting to come up that you have suppressed for so long. And then all of a sudden those emotions from that situation starts coming up with that. Because it's like a lot of times you were off to yourself, or when you said and did a lot of things, a lot of people didn't get you. They didn't understand, like, oh, they're just an old soul, or they're way before their time. That's how people say it today. And then there are certain people that are way younger than me. And I'm just like, wait a minute, how old is this person? And it's like 20 some years old. And they already know who I'm talking about. That one, I said, oh my God, you talk so old. Why are you being biblical? I'm just like, why are you being so biblical? It's like you acting like you back from the days, because it's like what they say. But I noticed I do that too. It's like certain things I say, man, I'm like, man, this ain't even how I talk. And it was probably, the old me coming out. And it's just like being able to connect like that, is so beautiful, because there's so many people lately that have went almost close to the similar experiences I did growing up, and it's just like, at times I have to draw myself back, because it started bringing up old wounds. It's like, no, if you're going to help people, you have to allow yourself to let go of that. Yes, that memory might be there, but I had to choose that part of me releasing that, taking, that burden away from me. This had to happen for me to do what I needed to do. It's like, yeah, you can be able to help save the world, but you're not going to be able to, you can use empathy, but if you can't relate to what those struggles are that person is carrying, it's going to be hard to, like, okay, how do I approach them? How do I do this? How do I do that? These things set you on the path for you to grow, for you to become stronger, for you to heal where that healing needs to take place at in your life. You're allowing yourself to really see things in the beauty of everything that connects when it comes to you. When it connects to your path, we don't know what's going on in the future, because it's like, you'll see snippets of the things that you might do. I know I do, and then there's things that I know I had to allow myself to allow to take place, to change, allow myself, even though if I was still healing from that thing, whatever that thing was that still can pull that emotional cord, I had to allow myself to say, yo, you need to take this time out for yourself, because it's like, I used to be hard on myself, and I used to get really angry, like, why can't I just get over this? And it's like my spirit guides, as well as family that have passed on, that I still be able to have that open line of communication. They say you need to stop being hard on yourself. This is something that was very deep rooted, for number one. Number two, this is what people that you really trusted, they know your weaknesses, they know your strength, and they use that against you. you know so don't expect for this to be over just by a day. This was a long road of recovery. I had to allow myself to really see you are stronger than you give yourself credit for, because anybody else that probably would have went through this, or somebody who's not empathic, somebody who's not like us, would have went through this. Either they would have killed the people that did it, or they would have killed themselves, all of the pain that they were carrying. And a lot of times, sometimes we can see how things are changing now. It started to have that biblical, like, revelation thing going on. There's a lot of empaths that are either getting murdered, or they're taking their own lives just because of the pain that they have been enduring for so long. And you would never know that person did that. When I look at Anthony Cobain, I think that's what his name is. God dog, I think that's what his name is. But he was like a food critic. Anthony Bourdain, that's what his name was. And I would never thought he was like that. Or even, Robin Williams. I mean, he's the most funniest man, but just to be able to know, I had to research on him, because, I loved him all the way from Mork and Mindy to, when he played the genie in Aladdin, or Mrs. Doubtfire, or even Birdcage. That's my movie right there, And I reminisce about those good things. You're like, you never really know somebody's background and understand, because it was like I used to see old, interviews he had, and he had mental illness, and he would play that, he was able to play that into the things that he was doing, in life, and it was very funny. But you never know what those person, the people that are really going through things, behind closed doors. But they say he was going through dementia and all that stuff, and that's something he couldn't really deal with, so I had to understand. But it was like, that hurt my heart when I found out, like, no, he did not do this, you know but it was like he had second thoughts, and when he had the second thoughts, he couldn't undo what he did, because it was just like, he did this, and then it's like, wait a minute, let me do this, I can't, and then next thing you know, it was too late, you know so it's just like, you have to allow yourself to take that moment, really sit with yourself and try to give yourself this understanding, like, this is something, you carried around this, like, your best friend, you carried around your wounds, you carried around your hurt, you carried around your pain, like it was your best friend. And it had been your best friend, because that's all you stayed focused on. It got to that point where it was hard for you to trust people. You put walls up, you had very bad trust issues, or if you allowed yourself to get in relationships, you would self-sabotage, all those different things, when somebody, you constantly said sorry, or you constantly think the worst, and everything that you do, and it's all about a growth process. You have to allow this hair is messing up my nerve, getting on my nerves, but allowing yourself to really take part in that time where you needed that time for self. You really needed to take that time to allow yourself to heal where it needed healing from. And you're allowing yourself to see, this is not something for me to do if I'm still holding the same bags from the past. It's going to be, it's like, they got all these new things they want you to take. Like, here's happiness, here's abundance, or here's love. They're giving you all these new luggages, and you still holding on stuff from the pain, abandonment, neglect. I mean, they're trying to give you some new stuff, and you still holding on to the old stuff. And it's just like, it becomes hard at times, because you've been so used to carrying that for so long. You're finally connecting with people that carry the same issues as you do, and they're needing to find out how, there's, am I the only one going through this? Am I the only one seeing things the way I do? Am I the only one feeling the things that I do? Or is there anybody else that's going through the same anguish as me? Are they feeling pain? Are they, relating to pain in this kind of way? And it's just a lot of times, this is, like I said, this is my positive outlet. These are the thoughts that goes through my mind, or the things that, I'm told I need to talk about. Allowing people to get that friendly reminder, you are loved. Even though you didn't feel it growing up, you were loved. You were always protected. You had to go through certain situations, and a lot of times, even I said it, and I said it a lot. I said, if God loved me, why did he allow these people to do these things to me? Why would they allow them to keep me separated from my family that really truly loved me? Why would they lie on family that I needed to know, but they made sure that didn't happen for me? So all these things, I used to always ask myself, but then I was just like, how was I supposed, I wanted to help people that felt the way I felt, viewed things the way I viewed things. But how was I going to do that if I never experienced these things? How was I going to help people? I mean, you can send a kind word all the time, and just like, I can't even imagine. No, you can't. If you can't empathize, I mean, you can use, you can really feel bad and give somebody a kind word or anything like that. But how are you going to be able to help somebody move on if you never experienced that? Like I was telling y'all the other day, when I was talking about my ex-boss, and he was talking about being a drug counselor, and I told him, I'll be damn, I'll go to the crackhead. He used to be a crackhead, and he'd been sober for like 4 or 5 years. I want to know how he did it, because it's like, that textbook stuff is not going to work with me. And it really got upset about that. I said, well, I said, let me allow yourself to look at it this way. Your book tells you about how the mind works, but that's not telling you personal. You never experienced that. And it's like, with us being, recovering addicts, there's times that we really went through some stuff. Either, you have issues with your spouse, or you're having issues with your kids. You're having issues with yourself in your head. And only way you used to be able to get through that is you take that hit, or you pop a pill, or you smoke that blunt, or you shoot up. all those things. But you had to be able to fight that weakness. You had to be able to face things head on, sober, clear mind, not anything that was going to be that, you know, what do they call that? You're medicating, self-medicating. That was your escape. I had to look at everything from a new view. So it's just like you being there. I mean, yeah, that's all, yeah, that looks good on a resume, but I'm not gonna come to you. And he really got mad about that, but he wanted to be right. I'm like, look, don't ask me when you don't want to hear the real answer. I'm not that type of person that kiki and ha ha, even when I know the damn joke ain't funny. Cause I'm just like, oh, I would laugh too. He didn't like me because I'm just, he was that type of person. We have morning meetings in the morning. And soon after that, he had to tell us about, we already struggling on our money and junk like that. You want to tell us about the boat ride and you were on a yacht and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, before you got into that conversation, because I already seen it was about some personal stuff. I said, look, you ain't paying me to be personal. You're paying me to work. And I'm about to go do some work. She'll listen to you, but I just don't have time. And because it will always be that thing like he was trying to mush that in somebody's face. I said, I ain't got time for that. He was like, well, that's rude. No, it's rude for you to keep on rubbing stuff in their face, knowing good well, hell, we can't afford that stuff. I ain't got time for it. Unless I can contribute towards that happiness, I don't want to hear it. I just went off because it was like, no, y'all about that 3D level stuff. I ain't got time for that. I'm here to work. That's what you're paying me for. You ain't paying me to sit up here and listen to your glorious weekend while I'm still trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. I just don't have time. I was just more real about mine. But it's like all the things, I knew how the way I carried myself, how I spoke up for myself, how I defended myself, how I defended other people. When I kept it real, I knew it was going to take me somewhere. I thought, I was like, damn, is this my mouth going to always get me in places where either I'm getting into fights or I'm losing a job or it's something, and then being able to do this, God was like, I made you like this for a reason. Because my mom always said, you used to talk too much. We called you Winchester. You couldn't say nothing in front of you, especially if it was some stuff that could have really got us in trouble because you repeat that mess. Now it's like, now I know what reason why, God made me a motor mouth. I was going to be doing stuff like this. But I love the fact that I can admit, I deal with dark times just like you do. I fight with my different devils on different levels. There's times that I cry and I get in my feelings about the stuff that I had to endure, but then I had to allow myself to know you can't appreciate that lightness if you did not endure your darkness. If you've been mistreated, how are you going to go for looking for love when if you've always been in love, you never know, how it felt to be mistreated. You have to be able to take the good with the bad for you to appreciate that good when you have felt bad for much, because it's like when you have been at that bottom of that barrel and you finally get your blessings that you've been working hard for. Because it's like when you see that you're close to almost damn near, you can taste it. You can taste your manifestation. They'll be like, wait a minute, you about to pump me. You're like, hold on, wait a minute, I ain't ready yet. Wait a minute. Is it coming now? Oh, wait a minute. You're like that because you're getting excited. You're starting to feel doors close. That was so hard for you to, you kept that door stopper in there. And you finally got the strength enough to take that door stopper out. You're finally, when your tears are coming, it's like tears of happiness, because you endured so many tears of, of agony, of pain, you dealt with those, you held on tight to those, but now you're starting to allow yourself to be fair to yourself. You're loving yourself more. You're not putting yourself in certain situations where it's not healthy for you. You're not allowing yourself to be in the circle or even breathing the same air as somebody that is going, that went all the way out their way just to embarrass you or hurt you or make you feel small. You're allowing yourself to be somewhere where if they don't respect you, that's not the place for you. You're not allowing yourself to say, oh, you can treat me any kind of way, because I just need you in my life. You had to become your best friend. When you're looking for love, you have to be able to love yourself first. When you love yourself first and you're allowing yourself to be fair to yourself, because a lot of times we'll place ourselves in certain predicaments where we'll just take a person just to say we're in a relationship with somebody. And not all the time it's a good one. And just like the ones you see on social media, it's not a guarantee, they're living the same life they're trying to show you. Because sometimes people, I mean, there's so many people I got in my life, I had in my life. Let me change them. Allow myself to retort, press pause, and check all emergency exits. People I used to allow to be in my life they did so many things that they had to show everybody every single, if they end up passing gas and that they didn't pass gas in like 2 weeks, they had to announce that. I'm just like, y'all must not be used to having good things like that, you know because it's like you're taking pictures of every single thing, and I'm just like, oh God, you're so shallow. Let me just get you out my life, because that's just too much. I'm happy to see other people happy, but it was like, it's a difference between you being happy and you're promoting that because you're proud of your goals, because especially if you've been friends with people for so long, you've seen them at their dark moments, you've seen them at their low moments, so they're congratulating themselves. And I'm happy for people like that, that I'm happy about. But when it's all about materialistic stuff, man, you got to go. Man, we ain't even on the same level. I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy for you, but it's like you trying to fake a front just for people to look at you and admire you. I admire you if the things you posting is how your life is totally, because it's like when people, with the gifts I have, I know that was a front, because it's like at home, your life ain't that perfect, but you try to make it seem like it is on social media. People do that because it's like they choose what they want you to see about their life. All that hoo hoo ha ha. There are some people that got to put all their drama in their business on social media. I used to get that point where I felt like I needed to voice that, and I had to allow myself to say everybody else got a lot of pain they're dealing with too. They're not going to care. Or it's going to be some people that were hoping it could have been worse than what you put on social media. So I had to learn, I had to grow. Not everything needs to be projected out towards other people. If this is something that is going to help people, then go ahead and do that. You can use your issues that you have had, and you can use that as a positive way, not for, getting attention, uh, wanting people to feel sorry for you, because you're allowing yourself, even though you are a victim of something, that's how you presenting yourself. And you should never feel that way, even though you had everything up under the sun that happened to you. But you're not a victim of anything. Even though you're not. You shouldn't, even though you might have felt victimized, don't wear that shit like it's a badge. You have to be that person like, yeah, they did this to me, but I'm still going to win. I'm still leveling up. I'm still prayed up. I'm still grateful for every day I'm able to breathe and open my eyes, just to say I'm grateful just for seeing another day. Those are the things that you need to promote after you went through all your things, because you are set as an example for you to endure the most worst kind of pain, anguish any person will have. Like, you're going to be a spokesperson for healing. You're going to be that one like tiptoe through the damn tulips, even though you're like, oh, you know what they went through? They went through this, that, and the third. And they coming out here and they're still got a smile on their face. They still telling you you can make it. You're still telling you no matter what other people think is about how you think. When you can see that, that's a mess I admire, because they keeping it real. Not every day was a good day for them, but they're gonna find a good thing throughout that day. Yeah, it could have been a hellish day, but guess what? You ain't gotta deal with that mess today. It's all over with. Leave it alone. Hey, just start a new day, over with. And you're allowing yourself to take place in that part of change. You're allowing yourself to see, I no longer have to carry that pain with me like it's my best friend. You ain't the damn Dora the Explorer. No swiping, no swiper. You don't need that backpack of pain in your, you don't need that. Because that's what we did. We held on to that thing like it was a damn backpack. So to allow yourself to take that backpack off, because there's new luggages that you should be able to love, taking you wherever you about to go. Those luggages are happiness, fulfillment, gratefulness, blessings, new opportunity, patience, belief, and faith. You don't need to carry around pain, like neglect, abandonment, whatever kind of abuse you went through. Those are the things that started on your path. You started off as a whole different person. Hell, you're not even that person anymore, just because of the things you're allowing yourself to see. You're allowing yourself to know. The scary things that was scared for you to look forward to, or even, dig in and investigate, because it sounds too good. It sounds too perfect, because you're so used to all the bad things that happened to you. You were good when you had happy things that were very short-lived. You deserve to be happy, no matter what anybody else thinks. You deserve that. You earned that. You're worthy of that, because you're allowing yourself. You have, a lot of us got a lot of untold stories. Hell, I got a lot of untold stories, but I'm only using the ones that's going to help other people level up, well, like I'm trying to go out. Like I said, I'm wanting everybody to win. I want you to be able to let go of the things that placed you on this path, because you don't need those anymore. You need to go past that. You need to go beyond that. Just because people didn't treat you the way you need to be treated, don't mean that you need to go ahead and be, monkey see, monkey damn do. You allow yourself to say, even though you treated me like this, I'm going to project out better. That's what you deserve. And then when they see that you're doing that, maybe they'll start like, you know what, let me go check myself, because you know but it's just like, you can't be the things that they tried to mold you out to be. When you went through that spiritual awakening, that's exactly what it was. It awakened the hell out that daggone spirit that you've been carrying for so long. But you needed to experience that trauma for that to come skeeting out. Now it's like, okay, now I got this, now what? It's all up to you about what you can do. I tell people that all the time. I don't mind helping you, but you got to be wanting to help yourself at the same time. I can give you love all day, but it's all about the love that you need to take for yourself and heal, because you can give out love all the time. And I hear people when I connect with, I was dating this person, or I'm still dating this person, and I'm trying to heal them. But it just seems like, they're more worried about the dark side. Dark side was like A1 to day one, and that's what they're trying to stay in. Those are the type of people that are okay being that way. When you allowed yourself to be that person and say, you know what, hey, I tried with them, and it's a very hurtful situation, because you knew you needed to do that for yourself. But don't allow yourself to stay in a certain situation because that person don't want to change. It's a two-way street. When you want help, you're allowing yourself, you're allowing yourself to make that change. But if that's wasting your time. If you're doing all this and they're still wanting to bring up that, or you're trying to be positive and they want to throw you back in that negative, stand still. Allow them to stay in that mess by themselves. And you're not there, even though you're an empath and you're supposed to be serving humanity. It has to be that type of thing where it's a 50-50 thing. You're helping them see the bad in them that they need to convert into good. They can use that same thing that placed them in that dark place, be that same thing that they can step on to get back in the light place. You can embrace your darkness, but you're supposed to be able to head for the light at the same time. If they want to be that, like that old song say, I can do bad by myself. I don't need no help to starve to death. They want to be able to do that. Let them do that on their own. You played your part. You did your part. But that has to be something that, they're willing to do. It's just like when you have the twin flame thing. With your twin flame, number one, there's false ones, because those ones can be very narcissistic. And sometimes we have those little tendencies to being like that too. So it's like a catch-22 pretty much. But your twin is supposed to be there to support you, lift you up when you feeling bad, give you that reassurance you had because you were uncertainty. You carried that uncertainty about your success, about your leveling up. Those are the ones that are whatever you're lacking, they got, and whatever you got, they're lacking. So y'all both trying to come together like that. There are so many people are like, Roslynn, I want my twin flame back. You have to be willing to make those changes in your life for you to do that, because you can beg and plead all the time you want to. God is still not going to allow that to happen, because y'all both need to make some changes in your life. If there's any insecurities, or there is any anger, no matter what placed on you, because when you're allowing somebody to still trigger you like that, that lets you know that they still got that power over you. There'll be times that, I look at my situation and think about my mom's ex-husband, and I was getting emotional. It's like when this retrograde came up, it brought up every little stem of emotion I thought that was gone. It was something coming out of the woodworks. And I was getting in my feelings, and I really wanted to cause some damage. Like, I want to beat the hell out of you right about now for the things you placed in my life. How I had to live in poverty, how you using my trust fund to make y'all life comfortable. I had a lot of anger for that. But it's just allowing myself to say, what, things happen the way they happen. Not everything is what it seems. A lot of people, it's like the masks are falling off just because of how people have done things. It was like, it was always happening to the average Joe, the person next door. But now it's getting to that point where universe is starting to hit on celebrities. Like, y'all been doing all this crap like Philly touch, because you felt like you're head of the ARTA, whatever it is. You're the the CEO of this, so you feel like you can touch people. And or there was women, there were men or women that was willing to sleep their way up to the top. And since you had all that money, you felt like you can do this person that way because money always talk bullshit walk. Now it's just at the point y'all done did this for like 20 or 30 years. Now the mess starting to catch up with you all up in here on a hover around, push around, walker and stuff like that. And they still taking your butt to jail. Talking about what happened about 40, 50 years ago. Harry Weinstein or whatever that dude name is. Hell, even Trump getting tried right about now. But I ain't even get to that because that man should have never stuck face in the daggone White House anyway, from my opinion. Now, I just don't even deal with no government. But I said, oh, y'all trying to punk us, right? Y'all really let that dude come up in there looking orange and mess. But I said, okay, hey, that's all your business. Whatever. I got my opinion. But, now it's just at that point. People I didn't even think was doing stuff. Kevin Spacey, that was my boy. I loved him in, Seven and, Usual Suspects, stuff like that, but it's just like all these people are getting pushed out. Everybody's starting to know their dirt. They've been doing this dirt for like years and years and years at a time, but they felt like they had money. They had that power. Because back in the day, money can get you out of everything. They had me laughing when they were like, oh, we're about to send these people to jail for 2 years. Next thing you know, they only spent like 5 hours in there because it's overcrowding. But yet only the people that are celebrities are able to get without 4 hours. All the rest of them folks, you can sit up here and be selling one joint to somebody and you got 5 years. I never understand the judicial system because it's just the fact is somebody can sit up here and sell weed and you willing to put them in jail for 20 years. The next, somebody can touch a little boy or a little girl, and you only got 2 years. So I said, this weed is more important than a child being violated. I really don't understand that. Weed is like, that's from the earth. You ain't supposed to be around here touching on little boy booty holes and stuff like this with these kids pulling an R. Kelly type thing. Hell, even R. Kelly, shoot, he been going, since age ain't nothing but a number with Aaliyah, God rest her soul. All these things are going on in life where they felt like they were so comfortable because they got away with stuff. Trust me, karma got a funny way allowing you to go ahead and do all the things you want to do. Go ahead. You've been doing it for years. Go, keep on going. And as soon as they ready to snatch you back, it's going to scare you to death because you never seen it coming. You never seen it coming. So you allow yourself to heal where you need to heal at. Don't be worrying about the people that did whatever they did to get you on this path in the first place. But you had to go through these for you to recognize what you can endure, what you can get over, what you can rise above, what you can part ways with. Your untold story of burdens is about to be a whole new chapter of overcoming, leveling up. That's a new book you're going to be doing. You don't be holding the old book to the sadness and stuff like that. You're about to start a new chapter of a book of how I overcame the burdens that were placed in my life. How did I walk away from things that were no longer serving me? How I parted ways and cut cords around things that was very toxic for my life and my well-being. Those are the things that people going to want to hear. And those are the same ones, them haters, the ones that place you in there, they're going to be like, Dad, let me go ahead and take them notes. Maybe I can get divine too. All those different things. So you're allowing yourself to end those chapters of sadness, allowing yourself to end those chapters or burdens that's been placed on your life. Because this is not what you're here for. You're not nobody's doormat. You're not nobody's punching bag. You allow yourself to stand up for yourself and say, you know what? Enough is enough. Yes, they placed this on my life. Yes, it hurt like hell. Yes, I want payback. But what's more important, your payback or your growth? Your blessings? Because it's like the more when you allow yourself to place the energy on watching this person get back, you don't sit up here and lost about 2 blessings that open doors, but you were too worried about that person that did the things you did. And I had to tell myself that a lot of times because I was like, this man did this to me about me. He did this towards my kids. He's still getting away with it. All these different things, but you have to allow yourself to know. Nothing like the things you went through is going to only last for so long. But when you're allowing yourself to be fair to yourself, because a lot of times when we're doing that, we're worried about justice and stuff like that. Because I'll talk about it. I have to tell myself that don't worry about justice. Worry about your come up. Worry about your happiness, your peace of mind. You're not, when you're forgiving them, it's not because you're saying what they did was okay, but your mind is on positive things. Your mind is on peaceful things about how I'm going to heal, how I'm going to allow myself to live a happy day and not worrying about what that person did to me like 10, 15 years ago. A lot of times we can hold on to things so bad where it can start affecting our health. I've done that. I had like, major, migraines. I still get them, but it's like for my migraines now, it's because of all the downloads that I'm getting, because I'm more open to the gifts I have. Yeah, I can get scary as hell because I really don't know. When I talked about my gifts growing up, it was like a mental illness. So I couldn't really talk about the things that I knew I was different from. But now it's like being open and not really caring about what people say, you know? So you allow yourself to deserve the happiness that you're going for. Don't worry about the people that are trying to judge you to make sure you don't get it. Those are the great instruments you can use to say, you know what, when you know you got something worth it, you'll see distractions come all over the place because they see it, they smell it, they smell success coming to you, they smell your blessings. Because if it wasn't, you'll be hearing about people that dogged your ass out like 10 years ago, or even maybe about 2-3 years ago, and they come up, hey Sally, or hey girl, or hey, how you doing? They're like, hell no, have a good day, God bless, keep on going. You already see, you like, you must, damn, you smell like success, smell like some damn blessings almost around the corner. You're gonna be feeling that way. You're gonna be feeling that way because your blessings are so close, and you had to allow yourself to let go with whatever is trying to hold you back. Because the only person that can stop you from doing you is you. You don't got to invite that in. You don't tell them. You don't make no moves and allow somebody to know your moves before you make them. You do that after you executing your stuff and it's solid like concrete. Then you can go ahead and blab out your success if that's something you feel like you need to do. But allow yourself to keep certain things to yourself. Left hand don't need to know what the right hand doing. Real G's moving silent. So allow yourself to do what you need to do. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content in this video. I'm about to do a couple of more. I haven't did this in a while, so I challenged myself. I'm gonna go ahead and do some more. So I hope y'all have a blessed night. I hope your week is filled with blessing, promises of many possibilities, prosperity and positiveness. So, make sure you give all those things out to other people because you never know how far it will get. Or, you're loved, you're highly favored, blessed, and there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything that you're trying to manifest into your life comes 100 times more than what you asked for, and it comes way sooner than you expected it to. So I will do a couple more videos, and I will see y'all later. Like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share, tell somebody about the channel. Drop a line so I can give you a post notification shout out. And if you want to personally get in touch with me, you can find me on Facebook Messenger. I'm not going to accept any friend requests on my personal page, but I would be gladly to connect with you on the Messenger. Allow your inquiries and your questions. Please let them be serious about your spiritual path. If you're in the U.S., please, you can contact me between 10 o'clock in the morning, not Pacific Standard Time. I don't know why I say Pacific Standard Time, and 10:30 p.m. All this is for 7 days straight. Yeah. So I will see you on my next video. Much love. Peace. Be wild.